Welcome to another edition of MIW. Got the D-Man here, and I'm glad you could join me today. Today's topic is going to be about health, the health of yourself and the current health situation in the world today. I won't talk about what the name of the current health situation is today in the world because we're not supposed to talk about that here on YouTube. But anyway, it's about health today, about your health, how you can stay healthy in a world full of, sick people. Okay, the reason this topic came to mind is I just finished sparring with my son. We did around 3 minutes. I thought I was in a little better shape than I was. I thought I could go a couple rounds pretty hard, but I was pretty tired at the end of that 3 minutes. So I'm in good shape, but just not in as good a shape as I need to be for the boxing. But back to your health. So what are you doing today to stay healthy? Are you walking? Are you exercising? Are you doing any kind of weight work? Do you have stairs in your home? You can walk up and down those stairs. You can throw your remote away and get up and change the channel on the TV. I mean, these are all small things, but these small things develop into habits. The habit of getting you off your butt and moving. In the United States today, we have a 70% overweight and obesity rate. 70% of the population. Okay, the weight is just a symptom of the problem. The problem is inside of each person. They have guilt, shame, despair, feelings of whatever they have, lack, and they try to fill that up with food. So first they have to get mentally healthy because really the weight is just a manifestation of the real problem. So how can they do that? Well, they got to look within themselves. Now, that's something most people don't want to do because that's where the problem lies. You know, they can say, well, it's the fast food. Yeah, the fast food is not good for you. It's not healthy. There's no inherent vitamin value or not enough to operate your body efficiently. And many people have a steady diet of that. But then again, it goes back to why are they putting this in their body? Everybody knows fast food is not good for you. There's nothing wrong with having it once or twice a week. Nothing wrong with ice cream once or twice a week. But if you're pounding that crap down 3 meals a day or once a day or 2 or 3 times a day, every day of the week, then that's an issue, okay? But you don't see the effects of it right away. It's like death by 1,000 cuts. Eventually you bleed to death. And with this, eventually you die from the bad food. So like at McDonald's, they put, and the other places, they put the, how do they say it, the food value or the nutrition information. But they really don't put nutrition information. They put the calorie information on there. There's a difference. Because if they measured the amount of vitamins, minerals, and these things inside of the food, you would find that everything's pretty well been processed out of it as compared to food grown organically. So what happens when you put a gas in your car that is bad gas? Does that car run good? No, it doesn't. It may not even start. Well, guess what? Same thing with your body. It doesn't happen all at once, but eventually that's what happens. You have got to put out an effort to buy good food and make yourself eat it. Now, many of you, if you've been eating out at restaurants, fast food, these things have so many spices that it's going to be difficult at first. Because when you start eating regular foods, they taste very bland because they don't have all the spices. But I have eaten it long enough that to me it tastes good. Now, my kids eat the junk too much, the chips, sodas, all that stuff. I don't drink any soda, one or two a year maybe. Okay, I don't eat fast food once in a great while. All right, but all these things over a period of time of eating good build up your immune system. And that's what I want to get the part about health and staying healthy in our current situation today in the world. Many people are having serious problems from this current health situation because their immune system is so low they cannot fight off anything that they come in contact with, because they have no defenses, because for years and years they've been eating food that is processed and has very little inherent vitamin value. Well, guess what? Your body becomes what you eat. I mean, that's true. Everything that you eat comes from the earth. in one form or another, whether it's chemicalized, processed, or whatever. It comes from the earth. It's originally made, or the plant, or I'm not saying anybody planted, but it's all made to work together. So these foods have the inherent vitamin value to give you optimal operating efficiency as a human being in the world. The ones that come from the earth that have no unorganic materials used to grow them. But we've become so processed with everything, many of these foods have lost this. So it doesn't, for lack of a better way to say it, doesn't cooperate with your body. So you need to find as much as you can things that are grown organically without the insecticides, the pesticides, the fertilizers, and all these things. These are all unorganic materials. Your body does not recognize these things. It does not work properly with these types of chemicals. And over a period of time, as I said, like a death by 1,000 cuts, these things will make you sick, along with your thinking and the negative emotions and feelings that you have within yourself that you don't want to take a look of, that you don't want to get out. All this stuff is intertwined together. Your mental health, your physical health, and your spiritual or metaphysical health. All that is a unit. We're like a 3-part unit, and you have to work on all 3 of those parts. I mean, if you go out here and get in great shape, lose weight, look great, and you're miserable, so what? Your misery and your negative thinking can make you sick too. Doctors today are finding out more and more that anger and these types of things, anger and resentment, fear, these things actually cause chemical imbalances and cause heart disease, arthritis, cancers. I think eventually we will come to the point where we look back and say, why were we giving all these people all this medicine? Well, it's all we know now. That's where we are, and it works. I have nothing against medicine. I've taken medicine, but I think too many times people rely on the medicine instead of just using some simple common sense. How much water are you drinking a day? You know your body is about 75% water. Are you drinking soda all day? Pepsi Cola? Are you drinking beer all day? I would say that beer is probably better for you, 2 or 3 of those a day, than Pepsi Cola or Coca-Cola. And I like Pepsi and I like Coke, but if you're drinking 2 or 3 of them big 40 ounces a day, might not be a good idea. And I see many people going to the gas station drinking those things, and they're extremely obese, and there they are, they got one of those big 40 ounces, I don't know, and they're getting chips and this fast junk food in these quick stores. It's not good. And then they wonder why they feel bad. They wonder why they have to go to the doctor and get depression medicine. And there again, I'm not against depression medicine, but unless you deal with the root cause, you're just fixing or masking the symptoms. The problem will still be there when the medicine goes away. So you have to work in congruent with the medicine. Take the medicine if you need to. If you can't get up and you feel paralyzed, go to the doctor, get some medicine, but find out why you are where you are. Why do you feel how you feel? What is it inside of you that's dragging you down? Why don't you feel motivated? Discover those things and work on those things. Find a close friend. You know, confession is extremely important. They teach that in some of the major religions. Someone needs to know everything about you, all your deep, dark secrets. Those things will weigh you down. You know the secret you're going to take to your grave? Your brother, you can tell them, your sister, your best friend. Find somebody who you know is not going to tell anybody else. I have no secrets. There's nothing about me that at least one person in the world doesn't know. Even some of the crazy crap that goes on in my head, okay? And I got some crazy stuff up there too, let me tell you. Everybody does. You're no different than anybody else. You haven't done or thought about doing anything that millions of other people did or thought about doing or wanted to do before you were ever born. But sometimes we feel guilty about those things and shameful that we even have those thoughts. Well, here's the deal. A lot of trains go through the train station, but I don't have to get on every one. I have a lot of thoughts that go through my mind, but I don't have to get off on thinking about that all the time. I don't have to get stuck on that thought. I can choose to think something else, and so can you. So health is so much more than just looking good. It's eating right. It's taking care of your mental health. What are you letting inside of your ears? What are you listening to all day? Are you listening to the news all day? Are you listening to negativity all day? Or are you surrounding yourselves with people who are doing something with their lives, who are positive, who are making a difference in the world, who are succeeding, who are becoming more, who are striving to be better? Or are you hanging around with the guys who are drinking beer every night and smoking pot all day? You know, your choice. What do you want to be like? You become part of what you are around. Okay, and if you don't have anybody that's successful or prosperous, that's living a good life, then you can get on YouTube and start listening to the men that are. Find someone that resonates with you, that's doing or being who you want to be. And listen to that man over and over, or woman if you're a woman, over and over and over again. And eventually you will start to pick up the characteristics of that person. Don't copy the person, because only you can be you, but take what you need, what he does that's successful, and form it to where it works for you as an individual. These men didn't get to where, Cobra Tate, good example. He didn't get to where he was at by hanging around with a bunch of drug addict losers, okay? Nobody gets there. I didn't get to where I'm at by hanging around a bunch of drug addict losers. Hey, I tell you what, when I was young, read the book. Coming Home Again, I think that's my book. I should know the title. It's out on Amazon. I had a lot of fun, you know, riding my Harley Davidson around the country. I had a bunch of motorcycles. I think the one on the front of the book is not a Harley. It was one of the first bikes I started riding around on when I was 16. But the point is, everybody that I was running around with then smoked pot, drank beer, partied, and fought. But the reason I was with those people, because that's what I wanted to be. I seen that movie Easy Rider in '69. I wanted to be like that. I visualized that. So I became exactly what I wanted to be, and I hung around with people who were like the people I wanted to be like. So now I could have just as easily saw a movie about someone who's rich and successful and imagined myself as that person and started hanging around with those types of people. I wouldn't be where I am today. I would be somewhere else. But I like where I'm at today. It took what it took to get me here. I wouldn't be doing this had I taken a different route. I love to help people. I love to encourage people. I love to pass on what I've learned as people have passed it on to me. It's all about growing and learning and confronting your fear and stepping out. So this health issue begins with you. Don't expect don't expect the government or anybody else to take care of your health. I see these commercials on TV, your healthcare provider. You know who your healthcare provider is? You. You're the one that can provide the best health for yourself more than anybody. All the doctors can do, they can set a bone, they can fix an arm. I had a broken shoulder, I went there. It didn't have to be said. I'm a cash customer, it was cheap, $800. The point is, I pay cash for everything almost. Yeah, pretty well. But what I'm saying is, I did that to myself. And I could go into all the reasons why it happened, but it happened, okay? But most of the things, the sicknesses that we have, we brought on ourselves by our thinking, and our thinking determines our eating habits, the people we hang around with, how we care for our bodies, what we feel like we deserve. If you got a bunch of crap inside of you that you're feeling ashamed and guilty about, you're not going to feel like you deserve good health. I don't believe there's a God that punishes us, but I do believe that we are created in a way that we punish ourselves. You've got to have a clear conscience. And when you have a clear conscience, you have a lot of power. Power to achieve what you want to achieve. And that all comes with mental health, spiritual, metaphysical health. What's the last one? And emotional health. Okay, so those are the things you want to work on. Okay, those are the things that's going to get you through this health crisis. I don't care where you're at. If you're 200 pounds overweight, you can start eating better today. You don't have to cut back on everything. If you're eating chocolate all day long, just eat one less chocolate bar. You know, eat one good meal today. Eat a meal of green beans, get you some chicken, cook it in the oven. I got some down there I had yesterday. A little dry. Okay, but you can put some sauce or something on it. And make you a salad, get you some organic lettuce, make a salad. I use just regular dressing. Now, like I say, you don't have to be a perfectionist about this because it's really difficult to eat perfectly organic. It's difficult. Okay, cut back on your sugars. Those things, just a little bit at a time, will make a big difference. As I said yesterday, you didn't get to where you were overnight. So you're not going to get back in shape overnight. Your body changes, I think they say every 7 years, your body's completely different. So the foods you put into your body create who you are today. They build the muscles, the tissues, the tendons, everything that's in your body, the cells. Each cell takes in the nutrients or the garbage of that food. So as I said before with the gasoline comparison, if you're putting junk food into your body, guess how you're going to feel? Pretty junky. But as I said, small changes every day. I mean, let's just say tonight before you go to bed, instead of eating that candy bar or that peanut butter and jelly sandwich, have a banana with some peanut butter on it if you like that, or get a protein bar. Now, I don't know how healthy protein bars are. I like them. They may just be a glorified candy bar. But then again, what you think about what you're eating, they've done studies on that, has a lot to do with how it affects your body. But as we all know, when we're eating fast food and chocolate and candy bars, we know that stuff is probably not good for us, so we're not thinking it's good for us. So if you eat something you think that's good for you, that maybe it's chemically not, but if you believe it's good for you, there's proven statistics that it will have an effect on your body better than if you thought it was what it really is, not that good. That doesn't have to make any sense. There's many things in this world that don't make any sense, that don't go along with our logic. But more and more every day, we're finding out that things that we thought were impossible or that didn't make sense, for example, the double slit experiment with the electrons, that doesn't make sense either. But the observer changes the pattern of the electrons as they fire through the slit. So what that says is your thoughts have an effect on reality. So if the reality of the food you're eating is not good, but you believe it is, it's the placebo effect. When they have medicines, they give people so many placebo, which is the pill that's nothing, the sugar pill, and they give the people that's the real medicine. Many of the people, 40% or 30, I'm not sure, I guess it depends on the medicine, that take the placebo have the same positive effects as the person that takes the pill. How is that? Well, they're just taking a sugar pill. Their mind creates that. Your mind is so powerful. It is very powerful. But society or the government, or I don't think it's a plot, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, nothing like that. But throughout the ages, we are told that we're nothing, that we need the government or we need the people that know better to take care of us and tell us what to do. I don't know any better for you than you know for yourself. I can share things with you and you can take that and use that to help yourself. But everything I've learned, I've gotten from somebody else. And I've combined that with my experiences to share with you today that it will help you. And that is my intent here, is to help you. If you benefit from anything I tell you, it benefits me. I don't know how that works either, but it does. Thanks for joining me. I'm glad you're here. I thought I was going to cough because I'm still breathing kind of hard from working out with my son. And if you'd like to get my help personally, you can contact me at marksinspirationalguidance@gmail.com. Smash that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We got a video coming out every day, sometimes 2 a day if I'm feeling really motivated. If I have time, I'm really busy. Share this with a friend. Come back again, see me. Great to see you.